Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Building Better Bodies with Devin and the doc. Only one doc. We don't have Brandy and we don't have Dr. Roberto or Dr. Nicole today, but we didn't want to go too long without making a video. And the reason for that is because we're doing it on a different day today. And the reason it's on a different day is because I'm leaving for a vacation tomorrow. And I'll be gone for about 5-6 days. And so we were going to talk about what I should be doing while I'm away, so that I don't lose some of the progress and so on. And we're dressed casual because we just finished a very nice workout. So we figured we'll just come to you as we are and talk about that. And instead of, Devin giving me advice on what to do while I'm on vacation, I thought, why don't we get you guys all involved? So basically this is for me, but it's for you too. And we're all gonna learn together. So I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow. We're going down south to Orlando with 3 boys, a wife, thank goodness, only one wife. But we are taking someone who's a dear family friend of ours who's coming. So she's going to help us watch the kids, because 2 adults and 3 kids, sometimes we get intimidated with that. So we want to play man-to-man, not zone defense. So anyways, I'm leaving. What do you say I should do?
Yeah. So basically, guys, thanks for tuning in. I understand that by the time that this airs and is available to you, it's going to be around the end of July. So it is, in fact, vacation season. It's an atypical week for me in the fitness industry because I'm starting to notice that a lot of my clients are going on vacation. So, statistics show us that now is the time where most people decide to take their summer vacation. So in my field, I want to engage with my clients, make sure that they understand that just because they're not, in their normal surroundings, that, their journey isn't over. And by all means, I'm not saying to anybody to not have fun on vacation, right? That's missing the point. That's swinging too far in the other direction. But there's ways that we can go about taking a vacation. There's ways that you can think about vacation and prepare yourself for vacation so that the impacts on your diet aren't so severe. I mean, I think it's very typical, men, women of our age and older, to come back from a vacation sometimes 6, 8, 10 pounds heavier than when they left. Wow. And it really depends. It depends on the type of vacation, the amount of activity level you're engaged in during that vacation, and the ready availability of food. So it ranges from the food you have to prepare yourself to a cruise, an all-inclusive scenario where people are constantly throwing food at you all hours of the day. So it helps us to understand that there's going to be certain pitfalls, challenges that present themselves as part of any vacation. The biggest of which is going to change your routine, okay? For most people, for the better, right? The routine is their 9-to-5 job, and that's going to change radically because they're on vacation. So they're going to find yourself with a lot more free time, a lot more ability to engage in events that are fun, and enjoy the vacation to the best of your ability. But for some people, that throws off their routine, the comfort of the routine, their meals, their water intake, their physical activity level. They're going to have to find other ways to bring it in. And with that result, also, we're going to be looking at the fact that your environment's changing. Okay, so you're going from a comfortable environment of your home, the business, the gym, the things into a different place, sometimes a different country, sometimes an international vacations, cruise ships, etc. So everything is different. And with that, we're going to want to do things that are comfortable, and we're not going to want to necessarily do things that are uncomfortable, like make extra efforts to work out. And obviously, the last thing is with vacations, we understand that the focus is on family and on fun. Okay, and I don't want that not to be the case. I want that to still be the case, but I don't want you or anybody watching this at home to completely derail their efforts in that process. So what I want to know is, again, talking about using your personal experience and the fact that both you and Brandy are going on vacation with your sons. It's going to present to you a lot of challenges. So what I want to give you and give the viewers are tips and tricks to basically kind of eliminate the impact, or minimize the impact rather, of any vacation that you're going to have to go on. The first of which is make efforts where possible. Okay, so I understand, again, I expect nobody who is doing a semi-regular committed workout, especially like the one that you and Brandy are engaged in, to be able to keep up that level of effort in a vacation surrounding. Even if your motivation and time were there, I doubt that you would have ready access to the same facilities that you have here. And obviously the ability, you're not going to have a one-on-one trainer, you're not going to have somebody there with you to coach you through in the normal way you're used to. So we're going to have to make exceptions, but that doesn't mean that efforts can't be made. So most places that people go vacation to have either a fitness center, or in the case of a hotel, motel, major chain, will have a fitness room, something that's...
I have a 30-pound kid I can lift,
right.
40-pound kid, and a 60-pound kid.
There you go, exactly.
I can bench press the 60-pound. I can put 2 of them on top of each other.
Perfect. All the better. So these kind of things is okay, so I understand if I can't make 100% effort, what can I do? And I love the fact that we laugh and joke, but that's something that you can be considering is what can I use at my disposal to get my heart rate up, get my blood flowing, get my metabolism going, because again, if the focus is on fun, it's going to be on food, it's going to be on good drink, good times. So if we know that piece is going to be coming in on vacation, we want to make sure that there's some sort of physical output activity to make sure that the calories are being burned. So again, we're minimizing, it's going to be the difference between coming back in a week from now 8 pounds up versus coming back on 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, or the same weight. So that's the kind of difference. There's things around us, there's things that we can use, so make sure we're getting those done. Principle number 2 to help alleviate the stress of a vacation is hydrate. That's just, I feel like a broken record, and I'm sure you do too, telling patients they need to get more water in, telling members they need to get more water in. It's the same thing. We're 70% water. A lot of our bodily functions are maintained by bringing in water and a good total water balance. So especially when you're on vacation, if you find that a lot of people, their physical activity level actually can go up on vacation because they're walking the beach, they're swimming, they're walking on a boardwalk, they're walking around an amusement park.
That'll never happen if they train with you.
Right, exactly. But right, I wouldn't be doing my job very effectively if I can't meet a walk around Universal Studios. But for most people, we don't want to downplay that. So you use that, use that to push yourself and make sure that you're walking and staying active, even if it's part of the vacation itself, and make sure that you're hydrating. Because one thing that's readily available to everybody as part of these diets today is beverages. Like, drinks are as readily available as food, and sometimes they can be just as harmful to a diet. Very high in sugar, coffees, things rich in cream, fats, flavors, syrups, like all of these things, that's calories, and you're taking it in and your body can't really use it effectively. So just like if you let yourself get hungry, you're very likely to make poor diet choices. If you let yourself get very thirsty, you're more likely to make poor beverage choices as well. You'll reach for the sugary drink. You'll reach for just anything cold just to get it down. But the problem is thirsty, and if you think that drinking, a 20-ounce soda is the same as drinking 20 ounces of water, unfortunately, you're sadly mistaken, and that can lead to dehydration, especially if you're out in the sun and the heat, walking around some of these parks all day long. Try to get in as much water as you can. Make it a part of your routine and keep moving. And again, so the counterbalance to that, the complement to that, if you will, is to bring snacks. Try to prepare. Try to do the front end work. Even if it's something as small as just like a small sandwich bag full of almonds. Something that's high in fat, high in calories, good fat, healthy fat.
Nowadays, the protein bar industry is gotten so advanced. There are good, healthy ones, and not that I want to endorse any of them, but do your research. Look at it. If a protein bar has the carbohydrates, usually carbohydrates are divided between sugar and fiber. And if the sugar content is more than half the total carbohydrate content, you probably don't want to do that one. You want the sugar content to be less than half the total carbohydrates, and you want 20 grams of protein in each bar.
Good. 20
you find something like that's maybe whole food based or says organic or something, a brand that and trust, recognize. Grab some of those and take them with you, especially on an airplane if you're flying.
Absolutely. And we'll stick with the theme park or vacation scenario. Having that snack, having that bar readily available on hand and ready to go is the difference between having a bar that's healthy and nutritionally rich versus having a cheeseburger, having a box of chicken tenders, So there's always going to be ways that they're trying to push this delicious but greasy and not nutritionally rich food to you at a fair price. So we understand that's the challenge, is we know that stuff is going to be all around. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to try to make its way in. So just be prepared for it. And just again, by having that snack, just you don't let yourself get really, really hungry. It doesn't become a concern. And again, especially in a parental role, your goal is going to be supporting for your kids. So I hate to say this, guys, but you shouldn't be eating the same diet as your children on vacation because you don't have the same metabolism as your children any longer. So they can kind of process a lot more of that stuff a lot more effectively. We really can't. So we need to, even if you're going to have that stuff for your kids, I'm not saying don't, but just kind of make sure that you take just snacks work for them just as well as it works for you. And it's also more cost effective because vacations can be costly. There's money everywhere. So by planning ahead, packing, and utilizing that stuff, you're going to save yourself. You save your wallet as well. The last piece I wanted to touch on here is that you kind of round out these vacation tips and tricks is when we're thinking about nutrition, even with the snacks in mind, eat for what you're doing. So what that means is a lot of people who have vacations that are 5-7 days or longer, there's different activity levels each day. Okay, we all have activities, we all pre-plan our vacations, we know basically, hopefully, sometimes what it is we're doing in advance. In those cases, try to understand that your nutritional needs should match your physical output. Okay, so basically a day, if you're in a day walking around an amusement park, to stick with that example, you know that your calorie expenditure is going to be much higher than let's just say a day relaxing at the beach. Okay, the reason being is that the day at the park, you're walking around the whole time. You're exposed to oftentimes summer weather, so perspiration is going to be very high. Perspiration is burning calories. You're sweating, so that there's a process of thermodynamics happening there where your body's it's heating up and it's trying to cool you down by expelling perspiration. So that burns calories. It's the same reason why you can burn calories sitting in a sauna. It's no different. So with that being said, we have to understand that days of high physical output, make sure that your nutrition is a little bit higher to fuel that. And days where it's a true vacation and you're trying to rest and relax, cut some meals back, bring the calories back. You don't need to be eating very, very large meals that are high in carbohydrates because you're not going to effectively use those carbohydrates as energy, so your body will likely store them. So what that means is if it's a low intensity day, low activity day on your vacation, tune the nutrition down. And if it's a high activity day, you can try to bring in some more calories there to match.
Yeah, 100%. I will definitely be doing that, and I will report to you guys. You can hold me accountable. I'll tell you, whether I gain weight or not. Right now, I'm around 171 pounds, so we'll see if we can keep it at that next week when we talk. And we have a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys. Brandy and I just did the InBody. We repeated our InBody last week, and I want her to be here when we go over our results with you, but we want to talk about that and how to interpret those results, because now we have a comparison from the first to the second.
Right.
Talk about what the goals are for the next one, what we may have changed and tweaked about. There's also other things we've got planned for you, so make sure you join us on the next talk, because it's going to be really good. And for now, if you're going on vacation, hope you have a great time. If you're not going on vacation, you need to swing by One Life Fitness South and ask for Deven and tell him about the videos and get your 7-week pass. If you go on vacation and come back and you gain a lot of weight, we'll punish you. Just kidding. Right. There's no punishment, no judgment. That's right. Just tell us you enjoyed your vacation and now you want to get rid of those pounds, and then Devin's going to help you. And God forbid you have any injuries or anything, let us know at Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, because we'd love to help you as well. Have a great time. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care. Perfect. Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
That's awesome. I'm glad we got that in.
Yeah, it was good.
We stay on.
Sometimes, like you said, sometimes the mood just strikes. And I was thinking to myself on the drive over, I was like, man,